So for these games, I was just messing around with the DC and being an absolute troll. I was on a full team, so it really didn't make any difference. But yeah, so today, uh, this is probably nobody wants to hear this shit, but uh, to relive some of my fucking childhood. So back up for a bit. As a kid, I always fucking played these fucking Pokemon games, and they're really fucking addicting. I don't know if anybody can relate, but you always had them training cards and them games. So I started out playing with when I was a kid, Ruby, Sapphire, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. Those games, and like I think it was about a year ago. I was like, fuck it, like I just want to play these and like kind of like relive the fucking childhood. So actually, I just wanted to see how they were. And recently I played Pearl, and so I kind of had a fun time with this shit. So what I did was I started with one of them. There's a little fire monkey you can fucking get. Jesus. It's called a Chimchar. But yeah, I started with one of those. And I imported over a Larvitar, a Torchic, a Bulbasaur, and a Squirtle. But it was quite something. So I guess what I'm trying to do is review this Pokemon Pearl game, what I thought of it. If I was to give it a rating, I'd probably give it, well, we'll see at the end what I'll decide on. But yeah, I thought it was really slow starting. Like the first 3 or 4 badges or so, they were like, it was really slow to start into it. But like towards the end, like I actually got like really into it. But I felt like it fizzled out really quick. Like there was like there was a lot of backtracking too. And there was like way too many. You would think that more of the battles, like trainer battles, would be cool, but kind of got like tedious after a while, because like it didn't really give you any experience. It just like fucked you up. But yeah, I basically was like messing around with, I guess there's these things called EVs or whatnot, and depending on the game, like you can have 252 in one static stat category and 252 in another stat category, and then 6 extra points to put wherever you want. But it's kind of interesting because they actually made it kind of mathematical, and I think that's why playing this again, it's kind of really caught my attention, because like there's like obviously the kids game that you can play and whatnot, but if you kind of look deeper, it's kind of like weird because there's a little bit more to it. So yeah, so I'll just name off the stats that I invested in each category. So each time, like, I'll explain it real quick. So there's like a bunch of these categories. So there's HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and then speed, right? Each of those categories, each person has, or each Pokemon, whatever, has a stat total, and then depending on where and how many Pokemon you beat and whatever, gives you different EVs to raise each stat. So I'll name off real quick. So the Chimchar, I put 252 in special attack, 126 in attack, because this one's like a special attacker and an attacker, and then the 126 left over I put into speed and health. The Larvitar, I put 252 right into attack, so it's mainly an attacker, 126 into speed and health, and then 126 into special defense. The Torchic, I put 252 into special attack, 126 into speed and health, 126 into special defense. The Bulbasaur, I had 252 in special attack, 126 in speed and health, 126 in special defense. And the Squirtle I had, I put 252 into special attack, 126 into health and speed, and then 126 into special defense. But what I was using it was the power lens and another thing, the power items you get from the Battle Tower and Soul Silver, and I just transferred them over. But yeah, I'll quickly rhyme off the gyms and my experiences kind of with them. So I started out with that Rorik guy. I didn't level up that Bulbasaur. He was like, basically the Bulbasaur crushed that Rorik guy. Eternia City, I was no hard thing at all because I just used that Chimchar starter. Veilstone, wasn't actually hard. Maylene was her name. I think I just used Bulbasaur again, and then I used a fire attack for that Lucario or whatever because he's steel. The next is Pastoria City. That Crasher Wake, that guy was really weird. He's like had some issue or some shit. Like he just looks weird. But yeah, they had a Gyarados. It was really like hard, and this was kind of like at this point I like realized how like overpowered Larvitar is in this Pokemon Pearl game. Like he's actually like, I don't know why he's so good, but he's like overpowered because he took on a Gyarados like, and it was like nothing for him. Just use Rock Slide against him, and just, it was over. The Quagsire usually is a challenge, but you just use a Grass type against that, and that's pretty easy. Next one was Hearthome City. Drifloon, I just used Crunch with my Larvitar or whatever. He was probably a Pupitar or Tyranitar at that point. The Gengar, again, just used Crunch. Miss Magius or whatever, just use that Crunch on that guy again. Next was the Canaclave City. That Byron guy. He's a Bronzor, was the first one he had. I used a Crunch, it wasn't super effective, but it killed him in one shot. And the Steelix, I used, I'm pretty sure, Fire Blast or something against him. And Bastion, I think he used an Earthquake from Tyranitar. It was easy. The Snowpoint City. Now, this is one part of the game that I really liked. This is why I was away from Uncharted for so long. I was playing through this Pearl game. But Snowpoint City was actually, I think they should have had way more of the game in snow. Like, the snow made the game so much better. Like, I don't know why they didn't. I didn't like the marsh sections that they had. The marsh section was stupid. But the snow made that game so much more immersive and cool and interesting. I don't know if it was more hard to develop, and that's why they didn't put enough in it. But oh my gosh, the snow made the game so cool. But yeah, the Snover was this Candace's first Pokemon or whatever. He was easy, just fire with the, I think it was Blaziken I had at that point. And the Sneasel was easy too, just fire. And then Medicham used the Crunch from that Tyranitar guy. Bomb of Snow, I used fire. Yeah, fire, because he's a grass nice, so that was super easy. And it actually took quite a while, because Sunny Shore City, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was quite a hectic ride to get there. But going through all that, that's one thing I hated about this game too. They always had like, I know that Pokemon always has like challenges and whatnot to navigate through to get to like the gym leaders and stuff, but it just felt like redundant. Like a lot of these were just like not even like well planned out. It just felt like copy and paste it. They weren't really like unique or anything. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I'll figure my way out of this and get into it, but it was alright. So yeah, this Volkner guy, he had like Raichu. The same thing, like, I don't know, he uses Larvitar in this game and he's just like way overpowered. So yeah, I just basically earthquaked my way through, and then I used Brick Break. I also taught the Lava Jar because he knows Brick Break too, and it's super effective against normal types. So that Amba Bomb or whatever his name is, used a Brick Break against him. The Artillery. I used the Bulbasaur against him. And a Luxray, I just used an Earthquake against him. But yeah, and then this is the one part I really liked about this game too. It was the part where you catch your legendary or whatever with the Palkia for Pearl and the other one. I can't even remember his name. Shoot. But yeah, this other one for Diamond. But he was I actually really liked that part. They even took like a separate part of animation, a different animation style to do like those scenes after, like, yeah, and that double battle was kind of unique and interesting the way they did that. Yeah, I really liked that part. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot harder. Like, after this part, though, it started to get easy, I found. Like, the first part of this game was, like, really kind of, like, wasn't, like, easy, but it definitely was not simple either. Like, I don't know, it was... Yeah, I could see that guy who just wasn't playing. I just shot him with the DC from across the way. Shoot. But, yeah, it was, after the... Like, you catch your legendary or whatnot, it's pretty simple. Yeah, and Palkia was really good. When I got Palkia, I just trained it right away. I put 252 into special attack, EVs, and then 126 to health and speed, and then 126 into special defense. After I upgraded that Palkia, though, the fucking... Oh, oopsie. I swear it there. the Pokemon League was a fucking breeze. Like, you think it'd be harder. Obviously, it's a kid's game. I'm putting way too much thought into that. But yeah, it was quite some. It went right into this Elite Four, and fuck. I don't even know. Like, the first Elite Four member they had just sucked so bad. That Aaron guy, like the fire type that I had, just basically scorched all those guys. The only thing that kind of gave me a bit of trouble was the Drapion, but it took like 2 moves to take him out, and that was it. Oh no, it wasn't even 2 moves. Still, it was 1 move because he used a Dark type. I used Brick Break against him. But yeah, it's so easy because he had Dustox, Beautifly, Heracross, Vespiquen, Queen, Drapion, and then number 2 Elite Four, Bertha, whatever. Same thing again, like repeated. Quagsire just used Giga Drain from Venusaur at that time. Then Whiscash, another Venusaur thing, I just used Giga Drain and Growth. The 4 moves I taught the Venusaur was Growth, Giga Drain, Petal Dance, and Sleep Powder. And all I did was Sleep Powder them, and then I Growth like 3 or 4 times because they're still sleeping, and then I just Petal Danced them to death. It was so easy. But yeah, it's actually a neat strategy. I kind of like doing that. And I was like kind of like making them a little fun games out of them to make it like more hard or kind of interesting. Next one was that Flint dude. You like talked to him. He had like an afro. He kind of looks like Carrot Top, or his name is. Yeah, they had a one of these things, the low punny thing. He has a low punny. Like, that thing looks really weird. That's one thing I didn't like about this game. Like, some of the designs for the creatures they have are just, they look kind of strange. But yeah, he had a Rapidash. I just used an Earthquake against that, and then a Steelix. I used I think I used an Earthquake against him actually, with the Tyranitar and a Lopunny. I used a Brick Break. Drifloon, I used a Crunch, and then Infernape, I just used another Earthquake from Tyranitar. Lucian was the next one, and this guy was a breeze. He had Mr. Mime, crunched him. The Girafarig, normal and psychic, so I just used Crunch again. He was done. Medicham, I think I used Earthquake or Crunch, But yeah, then Alex Dam crunched him once he was done, and Bronzong, I think I used a Fire Blast against him. And the last one was Cynthia. I always hear like people talking about how Cynthia is always so hard and blah blah blah. She was actually not hard at all. I was expecting way worse, and I like prepared for it to be way worse. The Spiritomb I just used an Earthquake, it was done. The Gastron I used a Giga Drain, I'm pretty sure, and I didn't think it was gonna kill it all the way, but it did kill it. The Roserade just used like, I think it was like a Fire Move or whatnot. The Melodic, that was the one I was most concerned about. I could put it to sleep, used 2 growths with Venusaur, and then a Giga Drain, and it was done. A Lucario, Fire Move, and then Garchomp I just used, what did I use for Garchomp? Oh, okay, so I taught Palkia. Palkia was a major, because I upgraded that Palkia too. I taught it Flamethrower, Ice Beam, and it had that Spatial Rend, whatever. So yeah, Ice Beam, I taught it, and Palkia basically just did away Garchomp in one shot with an Ice Beam. Yeah, that was pretty much the game, and then I went back and I caught Giratina. I haven't trained it yet, but I kind of lost motivation to like complete any more into the game. But I was thinking like, because while I was doing this, I was also like doing like Battle Tower stuff on Soul Silver, trying to get more power items. So far I got the Power Anklet, the Power Lens, the one for defense, and then another one. I just beat the first. I don't think I've never beat like the Tycoon ones before on Soul Silver, but I actually beat the first Tycoon one just recently. Like, you wouldn't think it's that hard, but it's actually pretty difficult unless your guys are like, you got the right EVs and stuff, and you got the right Pokemons and whatever. It's actually pretty hard for a kid's game. Like, you'd think it'd be easier, but I guess not. Yeah, it's alright game. Pearl was. I think I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. Compared to Sapphire and Ruby, like Sapphire and Ruby, I would say kind of lacked content. Like, it did have a lot of stuff in it, but it didn't. I'll probably be doing a comparison video because I'll be getting platinum or whatever, and just compare. Like, these are just old games that probably no one will play like anytime soon. But I kind of like going back and playing some of the older games and reliving stuff, because it kind of gives you perspective on the new stuff that comes out, and like why like developers are making the things the way they are. And like, I play games that like are kind of out of my like comfort zone too. Like, yeah, like I don't know, like sometimes if I just play one game, like say if I like binge Uncharted or whatnot, I kind of only get like boxed in and only think like Uncharted ways. But like, if I play like stupid games like this and stuff like that in my free time or whatnot, because yeah, usually if I'm like really busy, like the handheld stuff's like really easy to take wherever, or like, yeah, just spending like an hour a bit, it's nothing serious. But yeah, I like the game. I think if you played out of Fire Red, Leaf Green, Sapphire, Ruby, and Pearl, if you had to pick one, I'd probably choose Leaf Green or Fire Red, like the originals. I think the originals are still way better than these new games. Like, the new games are good, but I feel like the originals just had more content. Like, I don't even know how it's possible that they have more content, because like they came out so like long ago, but the remakes actually, yeah, they still have more content than this, and they're more linear. Like, I found like there was a lot of backtracking during the game. It was like you get to a point and it felt like you're just going back again. It kind of like reminded me of Dead Space in a way, where Dead Space, they kept bringing you back to locations that you already been, but it was like Pokemon version of Dead Space, and it was interesting, to say the least. So I give it a solid 8. I'll just commentate on the gameplay for the rest of this video. I just wanted to put together a lot of clips so I have enough time to talk about it. But yeah, I would say it's worth a buy. I was surprised I got that guy there. I threw a packed Keyblade. Any of those, like, Pokemon games always surprise me. They're actually, I know people probably think they're like kid games and whatnot, and they are, but like, there's actually a lot of content in them for what they are, and you can get them for a pretty good price now. So it's actually a pretty good time for like not a lot of money. I know I bought, I think it was the Pearl one for like, it's like 40 bucks, but that's because they're coming into high demand now, just the way they are. But I bought a DS, I think, with it. It was, oh wait, no. The Pearl I bought for $25, and the DS I bought for 40. But yeah, it was really interesting. Oh, I took that guy down. So he had a P90. He was trying to get me from too far away, so I cut him with the DC. Like, I was such a troll this whole time with them, the DC and Uncharted. Like, look at this guy. He just got pulled down. And that guy got 2 shots into him, so he's pretty much down. I got this guy. Yeah. It's surprising too, like, some of these games, oh, and I got him too. They're definitely not the brightest bulbs in the block here, but surprising too, how many people you can get with the DC. I think it's pretty good. It's like the Raffica and the FAL, really. That's one thing I don't know about Uncharted, because like, they have a lot of guns that just do the exact same thing, like the FAL, 3-shot kill basically, Raffica, 3-shot kill, the DC, 3-shot kill, yeah, and then the AK and the HS. Basically the HS feels like it's a faster fire rate AK with less damage. At this point, this team was just getting frustrated and they just wanted to leave. I was following this hunter, probably a little too close. I wanted to block this guy in. He was probably going for me, but I still got him with the DC. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I got him all the way across there with the DC. Like, that was pretty brutal. If I was that guy, I got killed by a DC. I got that guy too with the DC. Like, oh jeez, can you imagine just getting killed with a DC pretty far away? I'd be so pissed. I got that guy across the map with the AK-47. It's surprising at range. I can get people at range with like guns you wouldn't think you can get at range from. Like, I don't know, like, if I was on the other team, I'd be so pissed off at me. Yeah, I could have killed that guy if I just landed another shot, but it wasn't the case. They only got 6 at this point, so there's no way they're going to be bringing it back. I was having such a blast though when I was filming this. Like, I hadn't played Uncharted in such a while. I was actually like, kind of rusty when I was coming back into it. Like, I was, I'm not a good Uncharted player to begin with, but I started playing this and I was like, oh, this kind of feels like new to me now. Like, I haven't played it for a while. I've been playing fucking Pokemon. Yeah, this guy was just waiting there. Yeah, I got him still, like with the DC, and he was using a close range submachine gun. Like, what? Oh, there's no way. And he still saved me there. Like, there's no way. Yeah, I did a little taunt to be like, thank you. Whenever I don't have my mic on and to thank someone, I just do a little taunt. So I was trying to shoot him across the map with the DC there. Oh, and I shot him in the headshot with the AK. Oh, I'm such a sassy Uncharted player. Like, there's times yeah, Keyblade was just sitting there. I was like, oh, I want to take him out with this DC. Yeah, then we won there. Oh yeah, guys, that's what I think about Pokemon Pearl. Give it an 8 out of 10. Decent game. If you got the chance, I would pick up Fire Red though. Out of all those games I mentioned, Ruby, Sapphire, Pearl, pick up Leaf Green or Fire Red. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. 25-minute video, so your troopers for sticking in here. See you later.